Okay, so the next part that I'm going to show you in Ralph Breaks the Internet is I have several articles that I want to read to you and some quotes that I want to share with you guys that are from the movie. So the first one, both of these, well, there's two quotes that I really like, and they're both ones that Shank tells Vanellope. This one is when they're sitting on Shank's car, and then, you know, the scene where Ralph calls Vanellope and sees that they're talking. There's one scene where there's a part where Vanellope's all sad, and she's like, here's something that I wished I learned years ago. There's no law saying that best friends have to have the same dreams, you know? And then she's like, whoa, yeah, you are a very wise person, Shank, and a good friend too. Right? So cute. So that's actually a really good quote. And then another good quote that I really like that Shank says is this was right after the scene where Spamley and Ralph go see Double Dan and get Arthur, and before they release the virus into Slaughter Race. And Vanellope's like, or not Vanellope, Shank is like, you didn't tell Ralph yet, did you? And she's like, no, not exactly. And Shank is like, come on, V, he's your best friend. You know, and then she tries saying like, you gotta tell him, you know. And she's like, yeah, I know, but he's gonna get really upset. And she says, yeah, you guys will figure it out, you know, you'll work it out, whatever. And then she says, yeah, but what if we don't? What if his feelings get hurt so bad that he doesn't want to be my friend anymore? Oh my gosh, that part like melts. That part makes me want to cry, because it's like, really? Why would you think that? Who wouldn't want to be your friend? And what makes me sad is that that's something Brody would probably say. And Shank tells her, I have it, if I can read it. She says, oh gosh. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll have to find it really fast. Hold on. Okay, so I found it. So this is what she tells Vanellope. All friendships change, but the good ones, they get stronger because of it. And she's like, yeah, okay. So, I mean, I think that's really sweet that Shank, seriously, that's like one of the reasons why I really like Shank. I mean, even though she becomes like another best friend or whatever, good friend with Vanellope, and even though Ralph doesn't like her, Ralph's obviously jealous of her. It's like, really? But it's like, I mean, Shank is such a good person. She really is. And she has like that motherly and big sister instinct towards Vanellope. Like, she wants to see her happy. She wants to see her succeed. You know, she wants her to work things out with Ralph. And I think that's very, very sweet. But anyway, so here's one of the articles that I'm going to read to you. And this one is called Ralph Breaks the Internet Life Lessons. Disclosure. Disney movies do a great job teaching life lessons in their stories, usually touching on tough issues facing kids, teens, and lately even adults. Ralph Breaks the Internet life lessons include how to handle changing friendships, our own insecurities, and owning up to our mistakes. So in Ralph Breaks the Internet, video game bad guy Ralph, voice of John C. Reilly, and best friend Vanellope von Schweetz, voice of Sarah Silverman, leave the comforts of Litwack's arcade in an attempt to save her game, Sugar Rush. Their quest takes them to the vast, uncharted world of the internet, where they rely on the citizens of the internet, the netizens, to help navigate their way. Lending a virtual hand are Yes, voice of Taraji P. Henson, the head of algorithm and the heart and soul of the trend-making site BuzzTube, and Shank, voice of Gal Gadot, who's also a Wonder Woman, if you guys didn't know that, a tough-as-nails driver from a gritty online auto racing game called Slaughter Race, a place Vanellope wholeheartedly embraces, so much that Ralph worries he may lose the only friend he's ever had. Their quest to save Vanellope's game brings up several tough choices, and we can learn a lot from their adventures. We make mistakes that can hurt others. Ralph, in his attempt to keep Vanellope and Sugar Rush in his life, he does something stupid. The thing is, he's doing it in what he views as love. Basically, but he's also acting selfish. He loves Vanellope and wants to be her friend forever. He becomes selfish in a way. Ralph is the villain in this movie. We can be villains. We can hurt others even without intending to. Yeah. I agree. I mean, Brody has hurt me by doing all this, but I have to understand it, right? Disney movies in the past always have very easy to recognize villains. The Evil Queen, Maleficent, Mother Gothel, and other all starred their stories being evil. In the older movies, that is all that we see. In Ralph Breaks the Internet, there is no set villain. Wreck-It Ralph had Turbo, aka King Candy, and while we didn't see that he was the villain towards the end, the movie focused on the struggle with him. Ralph is the villain and the hero in this movie, similar to Maui in Moana. Once Ralph realizes the error of his ways, he is able to save the day and be a hero again. Our insecurities can harm our relationships with others. We strive for normalcy. When routines and comfort zones get shaken, we tend to panic. When Ralph becomes insecure about the future of his friendship with Vanellope, he does something that not only potentially physically harms her, but others as well. Vanellope gets angry, and justifully so. The scene where she finds out what he did is sadder than the scene where Ralph breaks the car in the first movie. In that scene, Ralph was coaxed by King Candy. In this movie, the damage was Ralph's fault. His fault only. Yeah. Especially the scene where Vanellope gets so mad that she pulls off the necklace that she made him and throws it. I'll admit that when Brody broke up with me, I did something like that. I was so mad at him that I took all of my prized possessions that he gave me and threw them in one of the rooms. I don't even know where they are. My mom probably took them somewhere, but they're somewhere in this house, I know. Digging even deeper in the movie shows us that we can't place our value in one person alone. At one point, Ralph gets some bad feedback from others. He holds this hero cookie medal from Vanellope and says, "I am okay as long as I have her." I see where this is coming from. He spent most of his life being ignored and despised by others. He bonded with Vanellope and maybe even developed his own self-worth. Distance doesn't weaken friendships. That I'm starting to try to learn, because Brody and we're far away, just like Ralph and Vanellope are. Vanellope falls in love with Slaughter Race. She wants to stay there and decides to do just that. Ralph overhears her talking to Shank from Slaughter Race and feels horrible. He loves their routine of living life together, and he always wants it to be that way all the time. In the end, Vanellope does stay in Slaughter Race, and Ralph learns that he's still great friends with Vanellope. They stay connected via the internet and plan to get together occasionally. It is not the distance apart that weakens friendship, but rather lack of commitment to communicating on a regular basis. The internet makes it possible to stay connected with those not living in our backyard. Yep. Ralph Breaks the Internet review. Walt Disney Studios has really been kicking up their sequel game. Usually a sequel is blah or in many cases pretty awful. Cars 2, I Am Talking About You. Actually, Cars 2 wasn't that bad. This person that wrote this article, that's fine. They have their own opinion, but I actually like Cars 2. Cars 3 was okay. Really wasn't my favorite. I actually like the original Cars, but anyway. Ralph Breaks the Internet is pretty awesome. The movie is almost scripted for adults, with some things in the movie to keep the kids entertained as well. There is there was so much humor in this movie. Not like a simple laugh, but holding your stomach and missing the next line funny. Another element that makes the movie really great is to all the great pop culture references. There are new ones, but also ones that would go completely over a child's head, that like seeing an AOL logo. Excuse me. I really love this movie and can't wait for it to get out on video so that I can watch it again and again. Between the lessons, the comedy, and the heart of the film, it is sure to be a hit. Tip: be sure to stay until the very end of the credits for an extra special end scene. Yep, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Yeah, good article. I'm going to read some of the other ones so that you guys have an idea, because I think some of them might be a little different. But yeah, this one is actually a really good one. I'll put the link for this in the description below, like I did with the previous ones in the series. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next article.